stakes have been raised here in the wild card round as it's time to win or get an early start on the offseason. It's the Steelers going up against the Chargers. With that, let's get out to San Diego. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, we are a little less than 10 miles inland from the blue waters of the Pacific Ocean as we greet you from lovely San Diego, California. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the San Diego Chargers. First carry for the vet, Danny Woodhead. No gain on the play. It'll be set. Second down. The 11 offensive starters for the Chargers of San Diego on your screen, and one of them who provides a lot of experience, certainly Danny Woodhead.
Love him. We think of him as a third down back, catching the ball in the backfield, creating first downs, but he can run it inside. He did it quite effectively at Chadron State in Nebraska, set big-time records in Division II.
Good. Hey. Wide. Get wide. Over. Ready, run 80.
Rivers now on second down. And he whips that one incomplete there. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Cameron Hayward is a defensive lineman, but many of us, especially guys of my vintage, remember his father, Craig Ironhead Hayward, who was a running back. I think Cameron decided he'd rather hit people than be hit.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. And the back goes into motion. On third down, Rivers. And underneath here to McCluster. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So they put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
Patriot! Mike's 50.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Benjamin with it over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Rivers now gives to Woodhead. Muscles him off. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Second down, Rivers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. They'll send a big tight end in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And that's complete to Jesse James. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. In motion left comes Bryant. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now a carry for the veteran. This is D'Angelo Williams. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us, and then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line, and they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On second down, Roethlisberger. That escapes the sack, evades the tackler, and now some space. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not... there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. A group effort there. A bunch of Charger defenders there to make the stop. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. It's caught. It's the former Charger, Ladarius Green. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move as they face a second down here. And this seemingly endless drive continues. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Bryant with a catch right side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Here's Roethlisberger. Bryant has it. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they'll put Bryant in motion left. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So after slogging through a scoreless first quarter, we have action on the scoreboard. A field goal makes it 3-0.
Well, with these two offenses, we weren't going to stay 0-0 forever, were we? I'm not sure that this opens the floodgates, but I doubt that's the last scoring we're going to see.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Chargers. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it'll give the Chargers a first down. They'll come out in the pistol.
380.
On the ground, this is Woodhead. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Little motion now from the tight end. Rivers off the play fake to Woodhead. He's got time in the pocket. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. That goes for a gain of 31.
Do you get the sense, Brandon, that people are trying to retire Antonio Gates? They keep thinking this is almost the end of the line, and then he keeps making catches like the one we just saw there.
He's the old reliable, you're right, just one of 9 players in the NFL with 100 or more touchdowns. And now a first down following that long gain. One receiver left, that's Allen. Rivers now to throw on first down. Dumps it off to Woodhead. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll drop it underneath for Woodhead. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And now the offense operates in the red zone.
12. He's coming. Ready. Round 80.
And it's first and goal now, but still 10 yards to go. Now it's McCluster. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Second down, Rivers. He's got time. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Javon Hargrave in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
One now.
3rd and goal for Rivers. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. They find some open field here. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Following the interception here, Rivers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Second down now after the incompletion. Now toss play. It's Woodhead. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report. Here's Larry Ridley. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Bryant with a catch right side. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. And a nice little pass and catch there on the corner route.
Set up very well by the receiver with a head and shoulder fake inside before he comes back downhill to his quarterback.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And now it's 2nd down. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And caught right side, Green. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options and throws it away. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger surveying the field. His throw incomplete. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up 1st downs.
Brown, the lone receiver, left.
Let's go.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
4 down. 6, 380. Hey, 6, 380.
Here's Woodhead. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Stephon Tua came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wondered, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's brought down after a good game. That one goes for 24 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Stevie Johnson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Second down following the incompletion. Rivers now from the 50. Buying time to his left. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. A long way to go for the offense here on 3rd down. Now Rivers. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Fresh set of downs here. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Slot man moves right.
These two.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Brought in by Coates. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown. And Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic. And Big Ben welcomes that.
And Big Ben won a Super Bowl 23, youngest ever to do so, has never looked back. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Sammy Coates, the intended target there. And it's 3rd down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Man in motion right, Antonio Brown. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Green's got it over the middle. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
Now the return comes from Dexter McCluster. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And now San Diego getting set to go. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And they're going to speed things up here.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the football.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Javon Hargrave. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that brings up 4th down.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, on that play, the expression don't...
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Finding time. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Looked like he had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock.
All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. 2, 2. Check 3, check 3. Easy, easy.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
The slot man in motion right. They'll go again with Bell. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Bryant, the man in motion right. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Their season, it comes to an end here in the wild card round.
And their goal was to win a divisional round game and get to the conference championship, but they weren't able to get that done. But I don't think it's all negative here. I think it's still a very good season. Didn't quite get there. I'll bet you we'll see a few of these players in street clothes at the conference title game, soaking it up and vowing to get there themselves next season.